All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. Right here, we are back on the air, and we have London, Ontario, Canada's own. We got the Trash Puppets right here, virtually live in the building on the FM dial here in Prescott, Ontario, and of course, Facebook and YouTube as well. How are you doing tonight, boys?
Excellent.
Oh, great. No Monday blues here.
That's what I love to hear, man. I absolutely cannot stand Mondays. But for some reason, it's feeling like midweek, man. But then I'm going to wake up tomorrow, look at the calendar, and be like, shit, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But I know you guys are very busy individuals, man. And of course, it is like 10 o'clock, so I'm not going to keep you guys away from your your night too long. But I have to ask, man, taking you back to the beginning of this amazing band, like, what actually made you three decide to come together as one to form the Trash Puppets, man? Because you guys are such a killer punk rock band.
Oh, well, thanks, man. We're from London, Speed City. We all grew up in the punk rock scene here. We just love music, love going to shows, and love trash. So it's just came together. It's something we love to do, man. That's really all it is.
And I gotta say, man, what you guys actually have going on is absolutely phenomenal, man. I see your stickers all over the place. I see your videos on Instagram of people slapping your stickers all over the place as well, man. I think I saw some actually in Ottawa about a couple weeks ago as well, man. I'm like, well, I forget exactly where, but I was roaming the streets and I saw the Trash Puppets, and I was like, man, I'm interviewing those guys in a couple weeks.
That's great, man.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where they are, we don't know anything about that, but yeah, it's happy to see those around. We've actually gotten a bunch of people reaching out like that, being like, "Oh, I saw your sticker in this place." I have no idea.
Yeah, and it's actually really cool as well, man, because that's one thing I love about the punk rock community, man. Like, it's all about unity, it's all about support. Me personally, man, someone sends me a crap ton of stickers, I start sticking them all over my town. But my town is very, very, like, crusty about that kind of crap, man. They'll actually, like, peel those stickers down, so I'm the one that's like 6'3", so I'll climb a little bit of the pole and slap it up and be like, there you go. Yeah. You gotta find some Yao Ming, like, NBA player to come pull that shit down.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, London's kind of the same way. Stuff gets pulled down quite a bit, and like same with, all sorts of vandalism or whatever. But
yeah, they try to keep it clean around here.
Yeah, it's kind of too big of a city to actually do anything about it, though.
And also as well, guys, on March 26th of 2022, you guys actually released your very first single titled Still Barking. I was wondering if you can just tell us a bit more about this song. And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
I think you can buy it digitally on, Bandcamp?
Yeah, we got our stuff on Bandcamp if you want to pay for it. It's also on Spotify and all those other things people use, and YouTube.
No MySpace yet, but we're still a young band, so you can't only shoot so high, right?
Haven't even got up Vampire Freaks yet.
I'm not gonna lie, MySpace music, man, was the shit back in the day. I don't know about anybody else if they were ever experiencing that, man, but MySpace was lit for music.
It's unmatched, man. It's unmatched. They got to bring it back. Get the emulator going.
Yeah,
it was weird. I actually have an old MySpace account. I actually tried logging into it. I got into it, man, but everything is all weird. Like when your internet cuts out halfway through a page loads? It's like you see the site, but like everything, no pictures show. I was so disappointed. I was disappointed, but I was also relatively happy because I had some photos on there of me partying back in the day that I don't know if I would want to see again. So I was like 50-50 on that.
It's better lost to the ether, no doubt.
Yeah, especially if you can't remember what it was. I know what you mean.
But also on October 23rd of 2022, you guys actually released a live at the Sugar Shack Incorrect Thoughts sessions, man. I was wondering if you could actually tell us a bit more about that, and of course, what went into this live record? Because one thing I absolutely love, there's many different avenues that you can actually take to actually capture live recordings and live performances actually on a record, man. So what did you guys actually use to capture these phenomenal recordings?
Right. Well, it's funny. So Sugar Shack is like a pillar in the community in London. It's where everybody wants to be. All the guys down there that run it are really the best in our corner of of what we're doing. So we were talking to them for a while, trying to get in there to do an album. Pretty out of our budget, especially at that time. And then our buddy Chris Forrest, that does Incorrect Thoughts, he actually started working with them and doing his broadcast there. So he's an incredible filmographer. He's got a whole team, and they do a great job of filming. And then the Sugar Shack guys do an incredible job of the audio side. So it was just like a perfect marriage. And it was, an honor to work with them. And it was kind of came across at the perfect time because we had no presence on the internet at all. So coming in at a much lower cost to do that with them, it was perfect, and it meshed really well with like our style and the live recording set kind of thing. Really worked out well. So
yeah, I think we just jumped on a canceled session that just came up, and it was like a 2-week decision or something. We're like, we got some songs,
Yeah.
And had some money at the time, so it was like no brainer. And Chris is awesome. All his videos are really good. He's got a YouTube channel with like so many good content.
It's been blowing up too. Like I think we were like one of like the second or third band that was featured at the Sugar Shack. He used to do it at like the university. Has some really great videos from there, but then when you add in that audio quality of the Sugar Shack, it just a whole other thing, man.
Yeah, I know you guys have it on your Bandcamp. I discovered it actually on your guys' YouTube. And like you said, man, the audio quality, the visuals is absolutely phenomenal. It even gives you kind of like you guys behind the scenes as well. Right before you guys start the live performance, you can see you guys talking and whatnot, man. So it really gives that like kind of documentary / kind of vibe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, we love what Chris is doing down there.
Yeah.
And also as well, September 20th of 2023, you guys actually released the killer 6-track album titled Dumpster Fire Disco. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about your most recently released album, and of course, are there any hard copies available to be purchased today?
Yeah, I think there's some we got cassettes and CDs, and yeah, they're around here somewhere.
Our official distro currently for the physical copies of Dumpster Fire is through Grooves Records in London. If you're far away from any of our shows, like obviously we sell them at our shows, but if you're looking to get one shipped or anything, Grooves Records has got you. That is as long as they have stock. We haven't checked in a while. Yeah, we got a tape set. Is it Dead Dog?
I think we sold out of those.
Oh, we did sell out of them. Yeah. So Grooves is your only bet right now.
Yeah.
Or you can always try Discogs, but I mean, at the end of the day, if they're going that quick, if they're selling like hotcakes like that, man, I doubt anyone's willing to sell their own copy on Discogs.
Yeah. We had when we did our release, we did a limited 15 tapes for the record release day. So there's only 15 out there from the record release. So as far as Discogs is concerned, I bet that'd be a hot commodity.
Yeah, totally. Unless you never know, there could just be some Goodwill somewhere that's got all of them.
Oh, I'm sure they ended up in like the garbage at least on some percentage.
But hey, at least they paid for them, though, right? I mean, at the end of the day, they paid for the tape. So if they throw it in the garbage, I mean, at least you guys are getting the record sales.
That's it, man.
Yeah, we're working on the NFT so we can start getting those resales too.
I don't know what that means.
And also, this past summer, you guys actually had the opportunity to go on tour visiting Kingston, Montreal, and other places around Ontario and Quebec. I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about this Ontario and Quebec-wide tour. And of course, what was one of your most fondest memories just touring Canada, man? Because I already know, for instance, Kingston, Montreal, Ottawa, those places, man, have some phenomenal things to do and some amazing sights to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the best thing about the tour was really what punk rock is all about is playing music with your friends. So we got to go on tour with our very good friends in Lime Ricky and Lucid Smog Disorder. And just traveling around with those guys, just goofing around and just having a blast. That was the best part for sure. That was every date we did with those guys was awesome. Noteworthy, I gotta say, shout out to Peterborough specifically, Peterborough was surprisingly awesome. We came into Peterborough. It was one of the events that we had no local support. We couldn't find anybody local to kind of open for us. So we're kind of like, oh, what's going to happen? We're coming into town with 3 bands and nobody knows. And they just came out in huge numbers, really supportive, really kind of blew us away. So shout out Peterborough.
Yeah, I heard Peterborough's like that, man. I heard from other bands as well that Peterborough just loves their live music, man. Sometimes it's surprising when you think of a city, you're like, man, there's no way. And then you show up and you're like, ain't that some shit? Let's fucking party.
For real.
Yeah. And like it was a ton of fun, like traveling around and stuff. But we spanned it out because of just like taking work off, and it's like most of the places we played weren't like super far. Like we're kind of like right in the middle of where everything's going on in Ontario. So it's like we were just doing weekends over the summer, and it was like a few months since we had done anything in London. So like as much fun as it was playing like all those other places when we came back to London, you know, and we're around all our friends again. It was like that was definitely a highlight with our, you know, friends from Toronto all there, and like I don't know.
You get as a local band, you run the circuit a lot, and you know, you try not to wear out those fans, and taking a break from it and having that homecoming show at the end, it was just like just the best way to cap out a tour is just getting back with your local community, for sure.
Yeah, it was like a sweet house show, so you can't go wrong with those.
And also, speaking of performances, man, the one thing I actually saw on your guys' Instagram, man, is that you guys actually did a living room performance as well, man, which I have to bring that up, man, because that looks like the most gnarliest show I've ever seen, man. I watched that video and I wish I was there. I never wanted to jump through a phone screen at all of my life until I saw that video, man. That looked like a killer party.
That is specifically the show we're talking about. That was the final show of the tour, Grogget's Living Room. I've said it 100 times before, but DIY spaces are the lifeblood of the punk community, and where all the most fun is had, without a doubt.
Definitely. And London's like, I don't know, pretty good for house shows right now. There's a couple sweet spots.
We're actually live from a house venue right now.
Yeah.
The legendary Probably House.
And the one thing I have to ask, man, because obviously this was in an actual living room. Like, you look at the video, you can tell. Have you guys ever had any issues with, like, you know, bullshit neighbors calling cops or anything like that, shutting the party down? You ever had that issue at all? Because, I mean, down here where I'm at, man, you have to go to a concert venue to see punk rock shows, man. You don't have no living room shows around my area.
Nah, man, you gotta have like a gun to get the cops out anywhere around here, I swear.
The response time in London is abysmal.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you know what? I'm living in the wrong place. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, think about a house show is that it's in a house, so it implies the home, like housed. The cops in London only mess with the homeless. So.
Yeah, it works for house shows.
But I have to ask, man, because obviously you guys have amazing music. You guys just got off tour. You guys just did this amazing living room show not too long ago. Do you guys have any plans to actually to release another Trash Puppets album? And if so, like, what can we expect from this album when it does drop to the general public?
Yeah, we're actually kind of getting deep into writing now. We just kind of got off our tour promoting the album, so we're kind of on break now, and we've got a bunch of things on the cutting room floor, kind of working through some tracks. Nothing I can really talk too much about right now, but we're looking at a pretty far down the road until we have another release out. You know, probably into next year for sure. Yeah, it's definitely the plan is to get some fresh tracks out there, and you know, just keep bringing the party, keep bringing fresh tunes.
Well, I have to ask, because obviously we just spoke about the new album you guys are currently working on. Obviously, you can't let too many cats out of the bag. But aside from that, like, is there anything we missed during this evening's interview? Like, anything else you guys still want to talk about or promote? What we still got you here live on the radio station airwaves this evening?
Well, we're our focus for the rest of the year is kind of getting into places that we've been a lot outside of London. So if you're in the Toronto area, you can definitely expect to see us coming to Toronto a lot more. We've got some kind of big things in the work for the Toronto area fairly consistently. So that I would say that's the big thing to look forward to from us is more kind of getting out there.
Yeah, our next London show is going to be in another living room. If you want to like come down here and check it out, you don't gotta jump down the phone. It's just down the road a little bit.
Probably house.
Yeah. I'll be doing like a Halloween show then, so that'll be fun. Just got some other things I don't think we're supposed to talk about yet, but they'll be pretty big, so you got to keep your eyes peeled on our social media stuff, find out about it.
Really got to thank you though, DJ Immortal, man. I really appreciate all these kind words. It means a lot to us to hear that we're getting out there and people like yourself are hearing our stuff, and we it's just all about the love of this type of music and what we do, and to have folks like yourself recognizing that it means a lot.
Hey man, you're most certainly welcome. I just love real punk rock, man, and honestly, like the saying goes, punk rock is not dead, man. Sometimes you just gotta search for the good shit, and I gotta say, I love what you guys are doing, and if you guys keep making it, we here at Punk World Radio FM are gonna keep spinning that shit.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, sometimes you really got to scrape the bottom of the barrel to get that trashy shit.
Bottom of the dumpster, if you know what I'm saying.
But also, guys, because obviously, I know how to follow you on social media, but for the individuals that are just discovering the Trash Puppets right now, whether we're live on the interview or it's 6, 7 months, 2 years from now when they're watching this on YouTube, if they are, hello to the future, how can we actually follow you guys on social media and stay updated on everything what you guys currently got going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's Facebook and Instagram are the kind of leaning more towards Instagram these days, I think. Trash Puppets Band on Instagram. I think we have had a website that was trashpuppetsband.com or .ca.
We may have.
I think that's
stopped
right
paying.
now. But...
We may have stopped paying for that, so don't steal our URL. I should have said that.
YouTube probably some videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we're on YouTube for sure. We got music videos on there too. That you should go check out.
Yeah, we'll definitely be more active on YouTube in the coming months. So keep your eyes out for another video from us, possibly in the next. Who knows how long?
Yeah. Well, soon, probably.
But I gotta say, first and foremost, guys, thank you so much, man, for just, giving us a little bit of your time here this evening, just talking about your band and all the things you've done so far, and of course, what is to come, man. I'm super stoked to hear the new music when it does drop and get finished and drop to the general public, man. And hopefully we can actually make this happen again sometime soon. But for now, guys, definitely have yourselves a killer night.
Yeah,
pleasure's all ours, man. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful night.
Later.